people to Valerie. Hi, I'm Val.
Hi, I'm Kayla.
I'm the other Kayla.
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday, Val.
Happy birthday. Thanks, guys. Today we thought it would be fun to film. We're all servers. So I'm a waitress with Kayla. Kayla and I work together. We're
That
waitresses. That Kayla. K1. K-Swag. It's K-Swag. And Kayla.
Kayla.
You bartender?
I'm a bartender and server, depending on the day.
I asked my Instagram at ValleyTouchies some questiones, like what are your assumptions or questions that you have for servers and bartenders, and we're going to answer them. Maybe share some server story.
So the first question that we have is, do servers / bartenders make good money in tips? Always been really curious. Great question.
Kayla, you want to take that one?
I would say yes. The other Kayla was actually just telling me this morning how much you can actually make more as a bartender rather than a server.
Yeah, definitely, because I serve and I bartend, and there's always like at least like a $50 to $100 difference of how much more I make than the servers that are on. But also like serving, it depends on the place that you work
really
at
does.
too.
Yeah.
And it depends like how fast the tables turn. Like if you work at a more casual place, then like you get more people in and then you can make more.
And also how much your menu items cost too.
Yes.
How much your average bill ticket is.
I would say the money is pretty good. I've worked at places where we pooled tips,
Nope.
and it was good and bad because like I would always at least leave with like $100.
Yeah.
Where are we?
We're not in Kansas anymore.
No. It's like Brussels sprout
It's
farts.
like
For a second I was like, did I like fart and not realize it? I was like, I'm sorry guys, but I know I didn't fart.
Next question.
Why are servers so hot? Because there's nothing better than someone who gets me out.
what?
You're welcome. Let's take a little spin
Love
off
your
this
natural
question.
I do, but
I always
like
do.
tips more.
On like the weekends when I know I'm going to be getting a little later for a crowd, like a drink crowd, like I can wear whatever I want to work. So sometimes I wear like a shirt that pushes my boobs up a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely wear my booty shorts on Saturdays.
Yeah. So I mean, that's not a question, but I do make myself look nicer sometimes to get better tips. Next question: do servers work to avoid eye contact with needy customers?
Yes. If I know there's like someone at a table that's gonna ask me to do something every single time I come around when I have other tables to attend to, I definitely try not to look at
Yeah,
the table.
I'm like, I just look straight ahead, like
Yeah.
eyes on the prize.
I'll look somewhere else, and then
That's
like.
only if I'm like super busy. Like,
But
Yeah,
there's
I'm
nothing
usually-
worse when you're walking and they'll be like, excuse me! And they'll like stick their hand in front of you. I had this guy the other day, and he like kept going, ma'am, and he would take his empty glass, and he was like, ma'am, I need some more soda. I'm like, this is your 5th soda, like slow down, like I'm busy.
Or like, sometimes like I'll like take the check from a table. Like, you know when you go up to a table and they like are fighting over who's gonna pay the bill and
that's like
That just
whatnot.
happened to me last night.
Venmo.
All the time. Where they'll like, it's like two guys that are like,
They make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, don't take his. But he's like shoving his card in your face. I'm like, what?
What?
I was like,
I actually had to back up from a table like this yesterday.
Yeah,
They were both like trying to.
yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna walk away and you can figure this out, and
I was
I'll
like,
be
I'm
right
so uncomfortable right now.
The next question is, what's an appropriate tip for shitty service?
Definitely still tip. Yeah.
Define shitty
So
service.
this is my thing. I understand, like, if like a server's not at the top notch, like people have off days, so I
We definitely have off days.
I usually will always tip 20%, unless it's just a situation which is like you could have tried harder. Like then I'll tip like maybe 15%.
Especially if the server's like very apologetic about it, like knows they messed up. Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
messed
like
up
you
or
own your
something.
shit.
I might not. I usually tip over 20%, but like maybe I'll just tip 20%.
Yeah, like 20 is me on a bad day. Like,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
literally a server's income. Like you don't realize that that's all they're getting.
And people have bad days, and like I get
Yes,
that.
I think it's important to differentiate shitty service from like a kitchen mess up too.
Yeah.
Like 9 out of 10 times if your food comes out wrong, your server probably put it in correctly.
There's a lot of food up at once, so like if you got like no tomatoes on your salad and there's like another salad right next to it that had tomatoes, they probably just grabbed the wrong one. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't like the kitchen made it wrong.
And honestly,
It was
like,
probably,
It's just like it happens.
Sometimes I put in things wrong, like sides, whatever, and like I never beat around the bush. I'll be like, you know what? That's totally my fault. I put in the wrong side. Like, let me fix that for you. Like, I'm always very honest about mistakes I make because, like,
Yeah, you should like, oh, whatever.
People appreciate it because it's like
Your ownership.
a lot of the times, like, I'll mess up the sides and I'm not gonna like take the side off their plate and I'll like looks like you scored a free side of mac and cheese. Like, you didn't ask for it, but hey, you got a free side of mac and cheese.
You just gotta like.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I'm like, my mess up gave you a free side of mac and cheese, and they're like, yeah, you're right. Like, that's awesome. And then they got their side that they asked for. So like, I don't know, like, I always own up to my mistakes. Like, if I mess up, I'm like, you know what? I'm so sorry. This is my fault. Because if you lie, then it just bites you in the ass.
I think that overall, like, coming back to the question, like, I know we have 3 good servers in this car. This is my thing. Like, there can be bad servers out there, but except for our restaurant and most restaurants, a bad server is not gonna last. So chances are your server is a good server, but like, we all have bad days. We're all human. Like, last week I had literally one of the worst shifts of my life. Like, I was just like not on my game. I had forgotten a drink to put it in, and the guy reminded me, and I was like, crap. And immediately I knew Grey Goose Grey Goose tonic with lime. Got it. I'll be right back. And I forgot blue cheese. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just out of it. And so that threw me off for the rest of the night. I dropped an entire. I've never done that before. I dropped an entire tray of drinks on myself. Like, and then that same table that I had messed up, their food came, not my fault, because I checked the ticket, like I put it in right, they sent out the wrong tacos to the table. And so what I did, I was like, I'm sorry, like I totally forgot the Grey Goose, they sent out the wrong tacos, like it was just a kitchen mess up, I'm sorry, I'm gonna bring you a new one right away. And then I went back to them, I was like, for your patience tonight, like I'm gonna take off your appetizer. We don't want you to have a bad time, believe it or not.
No one does, yeah. Sometimes we mess up,
So yeah, overall, even if it's, long story short, I say, even if it's shitty service, I say 15% at least.
Yeah, at least, yeah. As a woman, on average, how many times do you get hit on per week? Every time I work.
Really?
Every time I work.
Bartenders get hit on a lot more than servers.
I agree.
feel like I'm like having a lot of families.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, I do not have families, but when I'm on bar, I'm always getting hit on by customers, and like, you kind of just gotta let it happen. Like, you can't be like if I wasn't working and it normally happened and it was just someone I wasn't really, I would be kind of like, okay, like whatever, but like, you just gotta kind of let it happen because, I mean, at the end of the day, they're tipping you, so if they are flirting with you and they think you're cute, odds are they're gonna tip you over 20%, so I usually just smile and giggle. And I'm like, oh, haha, thank you.
I've been hit on.
I've been hit on, but it's not very common. The other day I had a 5-top, and like the older guy at the table, I was like IDing him. He definitely, like, I didn't ID him because he looked like 40. And he was like, you want my ID too? I was like, I'll take it. He was like, it has my phone number on it. And I was like,
oh, that's funny.
I was like,
it's an interesting situation because, like, in this industry, the customer's always right, and you're supposed to be so nice.
They're not,
but like in the normal world, if someone hits on you and you like to bark about it, you can just be like, no. You can say whatever you want, but it's like hard to say whatever you want.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah, that's why you just gotta like just smile and let it happen.
If it's like super inappropriate.
Yeah, like by all means. There was an instance once where we had a guy come in and he was a regular, but he was like a little drunk, and I wasn't on bar. I was in the bar room. I was taking tables, but it was just like, it was late night, so there was only a couple people in there, and something fell on the floor, like a wrapper or something, and I went to pick it up, and he comes over and he slapped my ass.
no.
He told me that I deserved it because I bent over, and the bartender went over. He's like, "Get the out of my restaurant right now!" And he left.
Is he banned? Like,
yeah, I haven't seen him since. That they secretly hate all of their customers.
That's not true.
No, not at all. I mean, there's definitely customers that come in. Like, we have a lot of regulars, and there's definitely customers that come in. I'm like, oh, I hate this guy. But I actually really like a lot of customers.
Yeah, that's like one of the best parts of the job.
You
I
get
think.
to talk to people.
The only customers that I don't like are ones that you can tell they just think I'm like a lesser human being.
Yes.
Because I'm a server.
Yeah.
Like, they won't make eye contact with you.
The worst.
Are just very expecting and like uppity. I just don't.
Have you ever had anyone snap at you?
Yeah, snap at me, wave their hand in my face, stick their drink in my face. Like,
That's my pet peeve.
yeah, oh, check, yeah, like, oh. You know what actually my pet peeve is when I walk over to a table and I go to say, hi guys, can I? And then they'll interrupt me and they're like,
chicken fingers.
They're like, can I get a water and some chicken fingers and a burger? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Don't be rude.
Yeah, I don't really like, I won't like you if you treat me with disrespect, or like, again, those people who like can tell that you're busy and like just expect you to wipe their butt. Like, I don't know, just people who are unaware that you're a human. If you're respectful and like you understand that like I'm at work, this is my job, and I want you to have a good time, but if you're,
well, like, you need to bear with me sometimes, because
like,
it gets a little rough.
Like, I like most of my customers. I love having banter. Like,
yeah,
that's one of the best parts of the job.
Yeah, I love when customers like try to talk to me and like get to like know something personal about me. But like, I love small talk with customers and like getting to know something about them, because you learn a lot about people, like, and about the world in general by just talking to other people. Like, people have different experiences, people live different lives, and like, I love hearing about different situations. Like, I've heard some crazy stuff, like some cool stuff. Like, it's very interesting.
I actually genuinely love to like asking the customers about things. Like, a lot of people who come into our restaurant are coming from doing like an excursion of some sort. They're on vacation, like maybe they just went jet skiing. I love being able to notice that and be like, oh, like, how was your time doing that? Like,
Yeah.
was it a good time? So.
And also, when I work bar, I learned some tea. Like, one time, there's this guy who comes in. Wait, this is actually a really good story. So there's this guy who comes into my work. For the longest time, he came in with this woman, and she's very nice, very sweet. They'd always come in, and one night he got like pretty drunk, and she went to the bathroom, and he told me that he was leaving her to get back with his ex-wife. So I'm sitting here like, okay, great. So now I have to sit here and serve her and know that he's leaving you for his ex-wife, whatever. So a long time goes by, and they still come in together all the time, and then he gets drunk again, and he slips up, and he like tells her like, oh, I'm leaving you for my ex-wife, and she starts crying at the bottom like, girl, like, men ain't shit, like, you're good. And then after this day, they keep coming in together, and she knows that eventually, like, he's gonna leave her for his ex-wife, like, he's just waiting for his ex-wife to move back or whatever, and she still comes with him. And then, so recently, he comes in with his new wife, his ex-wife who he's now with, a different woman, and he introduces me like, this is my wife now, like, I'm a married man, whatever. He comes up with her like 4 or 5 times. This dude comes in with the first girl. I haven't seen the wife in a while now, and he still comes in with the first girl, and she lets this happen. And like, as a bartender, I see this guy bring his multiple women into my bar, and I'm just like, dude,
when he goes to the bathroom, you need to tell her.
Yeah, and she flirts with me too in front of both of them.
He or she?
He does. He'll be like, oh, you're so beautiful, like, you got a beautiful booty, like, right in front of these women, and they can hear it. And
is he like attractive at all?
He's not a bad looking guy.
Are they attractive? Is one more attractive than the other?
The wife is more attractive than the girl side, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, it's just a really weird, like, that's like one of the weirdest situations I've ever been put in.
That's so strange.
I forget, when you're a bartender, you're just like there with all the conversation happening.
You hear a lot.
When you're a server, you really don't hear a lot about what the table's talking about. You get like one sentence when you drop off.
Yeah, exactly. You hear a lot.
You're not there for this story.
Like, I'm standing behind the bar right in front of you. Like, people don't realize when you're sitting at a bar, your bartender can hear everything you're saying, and they're listening to everything you're saying because it's funny, and like, you hear a lot of crazy stuff.
That wraps that up, guys. Like this video if you are not a DWAD and you tip your servers 20%. Yeah, subscribe to see more content like this. Subscribe to Kayla's channel. Leave the link in the description box. Thank you, Kayla, for being here. You have a channel,
First YouTube appearance.
First YouTube appearance. Kayla clapped when the plane landed.
No. I joined.
But you did it!
I was excited. Everyone was clapping, and I was like, so yeah, I did it. I won't do it again, I promise.
No shame, no shame.
Alright, well.
Alright, thanks for watching.